to be drunk on the job. Thankfully, everyone, this still applies today.
Most welcome.
We used to have a Prime Minister over there in front that liked to drink. His name was Asquith, and it's from his name we take the word squiffy, which is posh for drunk. The only Prime Minister to have been assassinated in our history was Spencer Perceval. He was killed here in the Houses of Parliament, but his death was not recorded until he had left the building. The reason for that is because if you die in the Houses of Parliament, you are entitled to a state funeral. Well, that ain't never going to happen for us paupers. We're carted out the back door. You're dead outside. And then a good chance to look at the hospital. Now, it does have a great museum devoted to Florence Nightingale here. And they're currently holding an exhibition called Bones. And there's a Maori artist who's carving flute, musical instrument,
Police is standing on the deck.
all kinds of stuff like that. Oh, madam, you lost your hat. I'll pick it up for you. There you go. It is lovely. Did you weave that yourself? If you look to the building just beside the clock tower, you'll see with the black chimney tops, this is Portcullis House. It is the only bomb-proof building in the UK. Well, what does that mean? Well, of course, if it were to take a direct hit, it would still fall, but only in the place of contact, just in that one place. It wouldn't take the whole building with it. Very similar to the Pentagon design in the US. Obviously, we've gone for the cheaper version, the 4 sides. Coming up on the right, the imposing building known as County Wall. London government sat here from the 20s up until the 80s. It was disbanded by our then Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher. These days, it holds our sister attraction, the London Aquarium, in its centrefold. To the right, a hotel. To the left of the building, the London Eye offices and several private apartments. Slightly vexed that we built a huge wheel in front of their windows. The London Eye, designed and conceived by Marks and Barfield, a husband and wife team. There are 1, 2, miss a few, 32 capsules in total, 1 for each borough of London. We number them 1 to 33 though, that's because unlucky number 13 cannot be found here. Although you might have noticed our very own orange capsule given to us as a gift from our new sponsors, EDF Energy de France. Oh mon Dieu, we always wanted an orange one. British Airways, our original sponsors, stumped up £75 million to build this at 135 metres tall, giving you a 25-mile view. Well, you can see there's a little bit of competition over there. That big blue thing. Oh, I don't know if I'd fancy that. But in the middle of these 2 attractions, we've got the Shell building. Look how they wave their flags with pride. Always making record profits. Hence why there's an Olympic-sized swing underneath their headquarters. To the left, we've got Charing Cross Station, sitting at the end of 3 bridges. The 2 either side of the centre are known as the Jubilee footbridges, put there for the Queen's Golden Jubilee, the year 2003. Yes, I know, a year late. The bridge in the centre links us to Charing Cross Station, designed by Terry Farrell. He wants you to share his unique vision of a train, the green section, coming out of a tunnel, the arch, with steam coming up around the sides. But I'll tell you what, everyone, if you can see that, good for you. I'll stick with the jukebox myself. As we come underneath the bridges to the sounds of banging drums from illegal buskers, we head to the Royal Festival Hall on our way. It's completed in the year 1951 to mark the centenary of the Great Exhibition in Crystal Palace. Woodford Morel goes to after the Second World War, the first public building of its size, its scale to be built. They held a huge festival here, the Festival of Britain, putting the great back into Britain. The Queen Elizabeth Hall, the Purcell Room with a rather odd boat on top, and the Hayward Gallery sitting a little further back, all now form what we know as the South Bank Centre. We look to our left, the building just after the clock face, the one with a green rooftop and Union flag, is the world-famous Savoy Hotel. It was the first public building in the world to be powered entirely by electricity. It is the only place we drive on the other side of the road in its forecourt in the UK. Fred Astaire once did a tap dance on that very green roof. And if this wasn't enough to impress, they used to have a famous chef called a scoffier, who coined the word to scoff your food. We approach Waterloo Bridge. It was built during the Second World War. The men were away fighting. Ah yes, it was ladies that built this bridge. They built it from Portland stone, which washes itself when it rains. Now only a lady would think of that. Coming up on the right, the concrete building with the electronic advertising, the Royal National Theatre. A firm favourite of Prince Charles, he once described this building as looking like the back end of a nuclear power station. Prince Charming, he is not. Home to 3 theatres, the largest being the Olivier, named after Laurence Olivier, our first artistic director and very famous actor. The line of trees which grace it to its side, behind them there are some white buildings.